Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store Forged Irish Stout came to the Steele City Gym today. Didn't quite expect to see this face, but pleased that he's here. Brandon Scott. Brandon, always full of beans every time I talk to you. I know you've just gone through a bit of a session today, a bit of a workout. Just sort of give us an overview while you're here, really. I know you're close with Sonny and that.
Yeah, obviously I'm really close to Sonny. We just got back from 10 days in Tenerife on a sparring camp. And now it was amazing experience. Do you know the cornetos in Tenerife are twice the size as they are here? Like genuine, they're mega cornetos, amazing. So now I'm in Sheffield for the week, training up here. It's an amazing place, amazing gym, amazing people, and I'm living the life.
Yeah. How are you enjoying it? I know your last fight out before the fight, you said to me, look, Matt, I feel so much better. My hand's in a better place. Like you've been struggling with it for a long time. It was a horrific injury, but now you're going to see Brandon Scott punching with both hands. Any sort of fight news on the horizon or anything on the back burner that you could say, or you got an idea?
It's looking more like September now because we were speaking off camera. I got some behind the scenes things in my life I need to sort out. Yeah. My life's kind of in the way right now. I train all the time. I'm always ready. Yeah. But I've got some personal things that I need to sort out first before I can go on to fight. But I'm always ready. I'm always fit. My last fight I had, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to me because, like you said, I told everyone, wait till you see what I can do with two hands. Yeah. And what it looks like a little bit is I've gone, wait till you see what I can do. And I've given it all this talk and I haven't backed it up. I talked the talk, but I didn't walk the walk. And it looks like that, and that's fine if you think that. But I made that hard for myself. I think I thought to myself, oh, do you know what, I'm going to knock this guy out. And like I said, a lot of things went on behind the scenes, which I'm not going to go into. But I thought, I'm going to knock this guy out. And I fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Went looking for it?
No. I tried to knock out an RG. I tried to knock out an RG. And I tried too hard. But that's a lesson learned. Yeah. That fight for me was worth more than every other fight I had combined.
I was going to say, because I know you boys, 1 second. I know you all get it's always good to not do any overtime and things like that, but rounds and seasoning can be invaluable, especially in the long run. So to go through something like that where you get the victory, but you're not happy on your performance and you can take a lot away from that, that'll stand you in good stead moving down the line when you're challenging for titles.
Well, exactly. I don't want to say these fights don't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, there are going to be a lot more important fights than the ones I'm having now. There are going to be a lot of fights when I can't say to myself, oh, this is all learning. There's going to be a fight one day when I'm going to have to say to myself, look, this is it. This is make or break now. You need to win this fight. But the fights now, I need to win these fights. I know that, and I will die before I want to say I'll lose. But these fights are about progressing. They're about learning. They're about, like I said, valuable lessons. Don't load up. Don't go looking for the knockout. All valuable lessons that in years to come, I will be able to look back and say it's the best thing that could have happened to me. So I want these hard lessons now. I don't want to go in and have easy fights and be like, oh, that was a smooth sailing. Oh, I look great on social media for these. I want to be a good boxer. Yeah. And this is what I need. Boxing's not a pleasant sport. I'm stupid and I act up all the time. But it's nice for me and again for other people to be able to see that I want to learn and become a better fighter. So these are the lessons I need and these are the things that I'm willing to do in order to be the fighter that I want and know I need to be.
100%, and if you're taking away them lessons so early on, like I said, it's all sort of money in the bank for later down the line. Look, let's talk about what's happening this weekend in Saudi Arabia as well. The 5v5, Hearn versus Warren. Actually, it's Warren versus Hearn.
Is it Warren versus Hearn?
Yeah, Frank's there. I think it's Queensbury versus Matchroom.
Matchroom are
the beast. They are and they're not really. To be honest, when you get to them levels, I don't think there's a B side. But I'm sure if I'm Frank Warren this week, I'd be dropping that in
it's
there.
It's something to gossip about, isn't it?
Oh my God! And without doubt, I would be doing. I'd be like, well, the A side, but. In terms of fights, up and down there, obviously Bivol was supposed to fight Beterbiev, but now there's a replacement standing. But in terms of the actual 5v5, terrific fights. I'm going to name them. I want you to sort of go through and predict them the best you can. Let's see if we can work out who's going to win. So let's start. Craig Richards versus Willie Hutchinson. Step up for Willie Hutchinson and Craig, I believe, under Shane McGuigan, I think might be for the second time. So interesting fight. What do you see?
Well, you'd be stupid to write either one off because if you remember, Craig Richards gave Bivol a good fight. He gave Bivol was it a split decision?
I can't remember if it was a split, but it was at the end where everyone was saying, they were saying if he'd only put his foot on the gas or maybe believed in himself a little bit more, there may have been an upset. I mean, Bivol went on from there to beat Canelo and dominate Zurdo Ramirez. I was there live for that, and obviously I know he wanted the better BF fight, but Lyndon Arthur came along, beat him comfortably. But yeah, he did really well, did Craig?
That's the thing, and no one really knew who Bivol was at that stage, in compared to now.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't think, maybe I haven't looked into it enough, but I don't think that Willie Hutchison's been in with the calibre of Craig Richards. No. He's fought Boatsi, he's fought all these good people, so I'm going to go Craig Richards win. Whether he stops him or not, I don't think he'll stop him, but I think he'll win on points.
Amo Williams, Hamza Shiraz. Now, this is one that's really is 50-50. When you look at Hamza Shiraz, the knockouts he's put together, I believe he's Frank Warren's captain as well in this, so I think there's some sort of, I can't remember what you get points for, it'd be knockout or win or counts for double, but I think he's the captain. I'm pretty sure he is anyway. Yeah. If I'm wrong, whatever, but I don't think I am.
I think it's Wilder's captain, I think.
Wilder's captain for Hearn.
And I think it might be Hamza Shiraz.
Shiraz, I think it is Shiraz for Warren, but against Amo Williams, Amo's this sort of, I believe he's almost like on the cusp of becoming a little bit of a star in America as well. How do you see the fight?
Again, I don't think either of them have boxed anyone like the other style. I don't think Amo's boxed anyone like Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz has never boxed a very high-skilled American, because the Americans are a different level on average, aren't they? Yeah. So, look, I'm willing to admit I could be wrong on this, but I'm gonna go Amo Williams again, because I didn't know about him till that little argument thing he had with Felix Cash, looking like he was going to fight Felix Cash. But I'm going to go Amo Williams, late stoppage.
Filip Hrgović, Daniel Dubois. Now, what's the build-up to this, the behind the scenes? Daniel, I don't know what's happened recently, but I'm loving it. Like the different sides to him we're seeing, I don't know, the little PR tweaks he's had.
Miller. See with Miller, what was it? It's something like
I'm going to be your daddy.
I'm going to be your daddy. Amazing.
So if you look at the behind the scenes one for the Hrgović, the face-off thing they've had, it's a little bit more serious. Yeah. He just, I won't tell you, but he's dropped a little C-bomb in there while he's going in. Yeah, exactly, Dubois. But look, he's just come off for the beating of Miller, and Hrgović, for all his, he had the big build-up and he had a close fight with Zhang. A lot of people thought he lost. He's fought after that Matt Demore, who was beaten by David Haye many years ago, so it's hard to really go off that. But two good fighters, and the winner, by the looks of it, will fight Anthony Joshua for the IBF. So give me a little bit of your thoughts on this. It's a tough one.
Well, I'm just going to say off what I think from what I've seen so far. Whenever Daniel Dubois has stepped up to a world level, he has lost. Yeah. Usyk, Joe Joyce, he has lost. Yeah. But they've also been very heavy pressure fighters, which I don't think Hrgović is. Hrgović tends to want to stand off more and pick his shots coming forward, which I think could suit Dubois. I don't think Dubois likes it when you're on him and you're making him work. He's a big man, a lot of weight to carry. I think it all depends on what level Hrgović is and comes in at the fight. I've never seen Hrgović fight really other than that Dempsey at that Joshua. Yeah, and I've never really seen him fight anyone other than that. So I'm gonna go Daniel Dubois on that one. But again, I think it's a
pick a minute.
It's anyone could be wrong. I don't know what level Hrgović is really, because I've never seen him fight a Usyk or a Joe Joyce, so you can actively compare them to other world level fighters. But I'm gonna go Daniel Dubois because I've seen more of him and I like him.
Nick Ball, Ray Ford. Nick Ball coming off a fight where many believed he should have been crowned world champion. Ray Ford coming off a fight that I think he was maybe losing against Kolmatov, who was one of them. I saw Kolmatov live. I can't remember who was fighting now in Newcastle, but that's the one. And absolutely like destructive performance. And I thought there might not be anyone who beats this guy, but Ray Ford showed his grit, showed that thing you need to become champion. Ultimately, did it. A great fight. How do you see it?
I think that's the best fight of the night. I think the lighter weights get looked over a lot, but
you shouldn't.
I know, but like Zhang's fighting Wilder, all right, great fight. It's not going to compare to this fight in skill or nothing. This is the best fight on the card for me, without a doubt. I don't know who's going to win. I'll be honest. It's the only fight I'll say I'm on the fence for, because Nick Ball against when he fought Vargas. Vargas beat Mark Masayoga, who's trained by Fred. He's amazing, and Vargas beat him. No mug at all, and he did. Nick Ball beat him. Nick Ball should be the world champion, and he's fighting again though. Ray Ford, who's just beat an amazing fighter in Kolmatov. I seen him in the Sonny Edwards thing, 5K in America.
Yeah.
He smashed me on the 5K, prick. But
Who did?
Kolmatov, yeah, bastard. Runs like Forrest Gump. But again, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to say I'm on the fence for that because I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Sign of a good fight.
Brilliant sign of a good fight. I'm gonna say it's the best fight of the night, though.
Right, the top of that, a returning Deontay Wilder after losing to Joseph Parker, and a returning Zhile Zhang after losing to Joseph Parker. It's kind of, I spoke to Zhang and said, what happens if you lose this fight? And he said that the rematch with Parker's still in play regardless. Maybe it is. But for Deontay Wilder, it'd be interesting to see what would happen depending on the manner of the defeat. But Wilder, Zhang, let me know what you think.
Well, Wilder is a right hand.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder is a right hand. I think, and if you take that right hand away from him, he's nothing. Let's be honest, because I think the Joseph Parker fight showed that. Mm-hmm. Parker found a way to nullify his right hand, but I think Wilder was also very gun shy in that fight due to he wasn't in the ring for a long time. But they say the right hand is the key to fighting a southpaw. I think if this fight goes to distance, it's Zhang. Or if it goes late, stoppage is Zhang. But if Wilder touches him with that right hand, if that leather touches Zhang's face, Zhang is going sleep. So
I can't believe you've even contemplated points. You're the second person today who's even thought about it. For me, this fight ends in 6. It has to. How? With Zhang's engine, when we look at it, he knocked Parker down twice, I believe, but he couldn't. He looked like he was gassed for the late part. Deontay Wilder, for me, he's always in the fight till he's in the fight. But you just think, like you say, he has to win. He has to knock him out.
Well, I'm gonna throw this back to you. When he fought Luis Ortiz for the second time, Ortiz was winning every round. He was outboxing him. Wilder looked tired. Wilder looked like the fight was over. Out of nowhere, over. So how can you say it with Wilder? Wilder is the walking definition of it's not over until it's over.
Yeah.
So again, if it's a late stop, if it's a stoppage, it's Zhang. If it's a knockout, it's Wilder. It all comes on, will Wilder land that right hand? Or can Zhang keep him off? And Zhang's a big target.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wilder knockout.
Well, look, I won't disagree with you there. If either of them land, I think it's curtains. I have to admit, I think if Zhang lands, if he lands, I think what a great. We're sort of waiting for a bomb to go off. Cannot wait. Look, we always talk to you about your fights, your stuff coming up. Let's sort of delve a little bit outside of that now. You mentioned to me off camera, you're a big fan of collectibles. Yeah. What do you collect? Go on, let us in.
I collect anything I can. Anything worthy that I think is worth my time. Like I love Lego. But I don't open the box. You keep it mint. I love collecting Lego and hot toys, so proper figures, right?
The old school ones, though, from way back, or the new stuff that comes out.
No, I like some retro figures, but I'm more on about they're called hot toys. They literally look like the movie props. They're little statues where you can move and you can play with them, but I don't play with them. They stay in the box. They keep mint. Otherwise, they lose their value. So I collect hot toys. I love my drawing. I'm just a nerd, man. I love collecting nerd stuff. It's my passion.
Yeah, it's great. You mentioned drawing.
I love drawing.
Yeah.
And
what do you draw? Oh,
if I show pictures on my phone?
Yeah. Go for it. It's always good to see the other side to a fighter's life because you're not just in here. You got to go home. You got to go home and stuff like that. Exactly. So you keep busy by doing drawings.
That's the Spider-Man. That's the Spider-Man I drew.
You drew that?
I drew these.
One minute. Let me just zoom in on that. Bring the phone a bit closer. There. 1 minute.
So that's Spider-Man. That's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Kylo Ren.
How long does these drawings take you?
It depends how much effort I put into them. Some can take me a couple hours.
But Jesus website, a lot then for these.
I like SpongeBob. A couple of hours, yeah, a couple of hours. Salt and Knuckles from Sonic. So I love drawing. Wow. So, but like I said, I'm a very passionate person. Whenever I do something, I get passionate about it. I'm passionate about collecting things. I'm passionate about boxing, about cost of getting the drawings.
We're just picking this back up here. Yeah, you mentioned passionate person. You deal with obviously collectibles. You've just finished showing me all them drawings. Is that how you basically switch off from the boxing then?
Yeah, I'm a very You know me, I'm always full of beans, I'm always excited, I'm very introverted. I like my own company. I like to be by myself. I don't like partying. I'm not interested in going out chasing girls. I'm not into all that. If you're into that, fine. That'd be your thing. I like my own company. Like, I'm staying up in Sheffield this week. I'm in an Airbnb. I've got season 1 to 5 of Doctor Who. That's my
And that's it.
I love Doctor Who. That's my week sorted between training. So I'm very. It's different, but like I said, I'm a nerd, and I wouldn't change who I am for anyone, for anything.
Well, look, you said that before. You've called yourself a nerd, but it's good. It's good to get a different look and to see what the fighters are doing. But look, we are looking forward to seeing you back in the ring. Hopefully, you get a date announced soon, and once obviously things sort things out at your end, I'm sure we'll know. Brandon Scott, always a pleasure catching up with you on Boxing Social, and we look forward to the next one.
Team Boxing Social, over and out.